Hello everyone and welcome to Daily Game Review number 84. Today we have Ycbayrac 20Q versus Silver Ears 17Q. Go ahead and look at the game. So we have black playing a couple 3-4 combinations, and I'll go ahead and point out that this extension's normally not played when you don't have the Shamari. This is due to the fact that the Shamari, once it's played, wants to extend along the side in order to expand its influence or expand its territory, and this is a good extension for this group. And then later you'll want to build it up like so and create this kind of bowl-like shape in order to make a large framework. However, in this scenario in the game, we can see that black played here. Now this is normally not recommended without the Shamari due to the fact that white can simply play something like this and make your position a little bit flat. In other words, too many stones on the third line. With the position like this, it's very easy to push it down and keep the influence under control. Since it's such an easy way for white to deal with it, then we can say that this position is a little bit favorable for white due to the fact that white's developing and black seems a little inefficient. So for example, later in the game, I could simply play a shoulder hit in order to push this position down, and then build my own influence in the center while this position's pushed down. So that means this position is flat due to the fact that it's too focused on the third line and it's too easy to push it down, and it lacks the influence to build and develop. So normally you don't play an extension like this with D3 because they're both on the third line. However, if you had a Shamari, it would be slightly different because then it's acceptable, since even if they push it up, now you can build it up and fight since you have support. Alright, so white plays the Sanrense. Black, I recommend getting Shamari. And it looks like black doesn't know the basics. So if you guys have been watching my videos, I'm always shouting about the basics or always saying basic this, basic that. Be sure to check out my website. It's in the link in the description below, and look at the Clossi approach for the basics. But the basics here is third and fourth line in the openings. So here, if you want to approach, you would approach from one space away and put it on the third or fourth line. Third line's most common against a start point. However, this is on the fifth line. It looks very strange. It doesn't make any points. The influence isn't very good to speak of either. And it's very easy for white to just simply play here and take the territory and also cancel out this stone's effectiveness. So this stone kind of looks a little bit worthless. If anything, it's going to be a weak group, and that means this is not good for black. So definitely black doesn't know the basics. White, step one in attacking is take the base. So go ahead and just slide under your opponent, take the base and the points, and it'll be good for you. Pincer here is not really recommended. Black plays here, trying to surround the corner, but if you lose the base, then you're attacking with the weak group. And it looks like black's the one getting attacked, not white. So although black may think he's attacking with a move like this, he's actually just getting a weak group. Rather, it would have been better to come down to the third line in order to start securing a base like so. White plays here for security. A knight's move is okay, white. If black tries to jump through and cut, there's a ladder. If black tries to push through and cut, there's a very easy way to deal with this position. No matter what black plays, white will have a response, and this is going to be bad for black. Alright, so white was a little bit scared, so white played a little bit solid, but still going for the base, which is good. And now black's trying to make a base, but actually this is not a base. It's on the fourth line. Bases are usually on the third line. Therefore, it's very easy for white to come under and take the base and take all the eyes at some point in the future. So a surrounding move like this seems pretty practical, but let's see what white does. White chooses to defend while also making fourth line territory. This is also perfectly reasonable. It helps connect white's stones, makes white's combination very good on the right, gets the territory, and makes sure black can't cut white apart. This result is definitely good for white. Black pushes and white plays. It would be better to play this way because here this cut's still a ladder, but if you go back this way, then perhaps this Hani and maybe double Hani might become a problem in the future if black gets support. So there's no reason to leave this Hani or the Aji there, therefore it's better to Nobi this way. Black plays an approach, ignoring the weak group. Make sure you don't ignore your weak group, guys. This is the Joseki, so I recommend learning the Joseki for both players. Black doesn't know Joseki. This is the Joseki, and this result is slightly good for black due to the fact that the 3-3 is still open. However, black chose to jump back, and white did play a pincer here to take the base, perfectly reasonable. Black has to live, and then white can surround and play the Tiger's Mouth. Tiger's Mouth is usually a Vita point, everyone, so don't forget that. Empty triangle is a little bit strange here. You want to surround your opponent like so. This doesn't really do anything. All right, white doesn't really have a defense here. So step one in defense is to make a base. So after black plays, white should make a base, make a tiger's mouth for eyes, and then make a base. Then after that, you run away. You can also try and run away while putting pressure on your opponent like so. But you want to run away. But these are the steps of attacking and defense, and it looks like white is not making any eyes. White is not really running away because it's very easy for black to keep surrounding this. White is not making a base, not making space for eyes. So I'm not sure what white is doing here. It doesn't look like white's playing a good defense at all. And he's not surrounding black, he's pushing black from behind, so it's not an attack either. So all these moves being played by white are kind of pointless. Black, if you want to help yourself, then go ahead and split the top side stone, like so, with some type of move, as long as you stay connected, or you can try and pincer the corner as well. And now that you have such good thickness, you can actually use this thickness to attack and split the top side, and attack the top side very severely. So it looks like white made many mistakes in this area. Black, however, chose to try and live. White, fix, don't give black that free Atari. You're alive in the corner. This is going to be a free Atari for black. Black, over, making too many eyes. Black's making too many eyes. Black's completely alive, don't need to worry about anything. So, I think both players lack life and death, lack Joseki, and lack some basic attack and defense shapes and shapes in general. So I can't really say too much else besides that, due to the fact, everyone, that at a certain point, eventually you're going to have to get some basics. And no matter how many times you play, eventually you'll realize that the mistakes are eventually just going to always be the basics. Until you start applying the basics, you're just going to get told that over and over and over. So this game, you can see that both players didn't ignore the weak groups, or didn't, and ignored the top right weak group. And on the left, both players kind of didn't really attack or defend properly at all, and neither player really knows their Josekis. So it's hard to say what to work on aside from the basics. If you don't even have the basics, then I can't really help you past that, because the only thing I'm going to be able to tell you is learn the basics, right? I'm going to have to say that every single time. Just learn the basics. Once you learn the basics, I can help you fix the basics and apply higher level basics, and I can help you take it step by step from there. But at this level, with these shapes and positions, all I can say is you need to learn the basics. You need to learn your Josekis. There are free places to look those up online, josekipedia.com, edigo.com, and of course my website has the basic Clossi approach. Defend your weaknesses first, and make the base, take the base, surround, run away, all the attack and defense strategies. You'll hear me say these so many times throughout these videos, and at the end of the day, if you don't apply them, then I can't really do much else for you guys, because it looks like we're 84 videos in, and games are still being submitted that don't really follow the basics. So I can't really help you if you don't follow like what I teach. If I teach something and you don't really apply it, then I can't help you past that, due to the fact that no matter how many games you send in, I'm going to be saying the exact same things until you start applying it. Once you apply it, then I can help you from there, because that's my entire teaching style, is to teach you the basics and then help you master the basics and take it step by step from there. Um, but anyway, um, it's hard to say what like it's hard to find anything else to teach because here you're doing life and death, but you already have one, two, or three eyes already as it stands, and here you're trying to make more. So you're already alive. So it's like, why are you playing in here? So this means you don't do life and death problems. So if you don't do life and death problems, then I can't. Then here I'm just gonna say do more life and death problems. Here, make strong shape. Don't attack a living group. Just fix yourself. And to fix it, when you're defending, you need to stay connected. Again, more basics. Don't try to cut a living group. It's true that you can cut here, but why? You need to defend yourself. Defend your weaknesses first. Even if you cut here, there's not really much of a point because as soon as you cut, then black's going to cut you because you're not alive. You're trying to cut something that's strong. So don't cut strong stuff, especially with a weak group. Here, black chooses to attack. Black, stay solid, stay connected because you're not alive. Um, yeah, I think it's just gonna keep coming back down to that, guys. It's everyone's ignoring the basics. 1 point jump. Yeah, everyone's just kind of ignoring the basics. Anyway, so we're 84 videos in, guys. I really want people to keep submitting games. And you can do so at the website. Just look at the daily game review section or daily review section, and just fill out the form and submit your games. And I'm happy to look at your games, everyone. But if you aren't applying what I'm saying in the videos, then I'm just going to end up repeating myself many, many times over. So I will have to ask that if you submit your games, please at least try to apply the basics or watch some videos first before submitting to make sure you get a general idea of what I've already taught, so I don't have to teach it again and again and again. Otherwise, the series gets very repetitive. So I want you guys to submit games, but try and watch a few videos first, get some ideas, practice it, and then submit the games. That way we can constantly learn and improve from that. But all right, I'll go ahead and stop here. As always, guys, I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.